let's go back to the should my students flare, because I showed you a moment ago where if I flare my lead foot, my hips go right back to square. If I flare my trail foot. And how do you know how your students, whether or not your students should flare? Watch them walk. If you watch me walk from behind, you'll notice that I have a pretty straight walk. What you will see with your students, if you watch my feet here, if you can see, I think they're black on black here, but if you see that lead foot go out, that likely is going to be their comfortable position. If you see the trail foot go out, even after the right balance express, their rotation of one foot or the other, you're going to find. That's going to give you a great indicator what's natural. And the key word here is natural. So once you've done the right balance express, they can flare anything. So let's take a look. If I disrupt my core now, I'm going to go to the black on blue and disrupt my core. So I'm on black handle size on blue too. And it doesn't matter as long as I mix up my positions. Now my core should be disrupted. So if I just stand tall and relax. Now when you're testing your students, there's going to be any learning environment is going to create anxiety. So you want to work with your students. If you see a student who looks like this and you're looking for the rotation and you don't see any, this is what you should be seeing in me now. But if I'm tense, have them stand tall, close your eyes, and take 3 deep breaths. Then just relax your body. So as they relax, that's where you're going to see the rotation. Okay, let's take a look at what flare does now. It was a bit of a surprise for me the first time. I looked at flare with a bar on. So for me, if I flare my lead foot, I don't know if you can tell or not, my hips go the other way. My hips are open. And I used to play with a good bit of flare on that lead foot. Open hips, if I have the right amount of flare, I can square that foot, or square my hips. If I add a little bit more, that's where my hips go. So your students are going to find compensations like that. Let me show you that again. Here's an open hip line. I know, and this is, you're going to find this in very few of your students, but I'm a bit of an anomaly here. I flare that left foot and my hips come back. You can see how they just squared up. And that's how I played. I had no clue why, I just felt better with this foot out, even though when I walk, I don't have any external rotation of that hip joint. But if I flare a little bit more, so it's the amount of flare. So your students will find compensations. Be careful when you're teaching that you don't take out the compensations before you give them a square hip line. And the way you're going to give them a square hip line is through the right balance express.